Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today we're diving into a fascinating paper on 3D scene reconstruction in adverse weather conditions. It's called WeatherGS, and it's pretty exciting stuff. The core idea is to improve 3D Gaussian splatting, or 3DGS, to handle rain and snow.
Right. I've been following the advancements in 3D Gaussian splatting. It's amazing how well it works in ideal conditions, but real-world scenarios, especially with bad weather, throw a wrench in the works. What's the key problem WeatherGS tackles?
Exactly. Standard 3DGS treats weather artifacts, rain, snow, you name it, as part of the scene. This leads to blurry, unclear reconstructions. WeatherGS cleverly separates these artifacts from the actual scene.
Clever! So how does it do that? A sophisticated filter, perhaps?
It's a two-step process. First, an atmospheric effect filter, AEF, removes dense particles like snowflakes and raindrops. Then, a lens effect detector, LED, identifies and masks occlusions caused by precipitation on the camera lens. Think of it as digitally cleaning the camera lens and the air before reconstructing the scene.
Ah, I see. A pre-processing step to clean up the input images before the actual 3D reconstruction. That's elegant. But how does it handle the different types of artifacts? Snow and rain are quite different, right?
You're absolutely right. That's the brilliance of their approach. They explicitly categorize these artifacts, dense particles versus lens occlusions, and tailor the filtering accordingly. The AEF handles the dense stuff, and the LED tackles the lens issues. It's a very nuanced approach.
So after this pre-processing, they use the cleaned images to train the 3D Gaussian model, right?
Precisely. They use the processed images and the generated masks to exclude the occluded areas. This ensures that only the clear parts of the scene contribute to the final 3D reconstruction. It's a very systematic approach.
This sounds incredibly promising. But how do they evaluate the performance? How do we know it actually works better than existing methods?
They created a new benchmark dataset with diverse and challenging weather scenarios. Their experiments show that WeatherGS consistently outperforms state-of-the-art methods in producing high-quality, clean 3D reconstructions across various weather conditions. They even have a project page linked in the paper.
That's impressive. A new benchmark is always a good sign. It shows a commitment to rigorous evaluation. I wonder, though, how computationally expensive this two-step pre-processing is. Could it slow down the overall reconstruction process significantly?
That's a valid point. While the paper doesn't explicitly detail the computational cost, it's a fair concern. The trade-off between improved accuracy and increased processing time is something to consider. Further research might focus on optimizing the AEF and LED for speed, but the results are certainly compelling.
Absolutely. This WeatherGS approach seems like a significant step forward in robust 3D scene reconstruction. It elegantly addresses a major limitation of existing methods. Thanks for breaking it down.
My pleasure. And that's a wrap on WeatherGS for today's Tech Bytes and News. Join us tomorrow for another exciting deep dive into the world of technology. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.